All right, so the last time we went from creating a new drawing, right? So now I've got my drawing. This is a working file, so this is what I'm going to be drawing in, right? I can go ahead and add circles. Oops, there we go. Specify center point. So this is now my working file, my working drawing. And after I'm done working at it for a little while, I can go ahead and save it. So one thing to note is that there is an automatic save feature. However, the automatic save doesn't work unless you save your file for the first time, right? So if I go into the application menu, just so we can take a look at this, go to options, and you should get a pop-up window that looks like this. What we want to do is we want to go to the Open and Save tab. And in the bottom, the file safety precautions, automatic save is checked on, and 10 minutes between saves, right? So this is the area that we want to manage if we want to manage that. 10 minutes, I think for me, is fine. So I'm just going to hit OK because that is the default, right? So automatic save is on as long as I save my file. Now, I've made some changes. I have this little asterisk next to the drawing 14 title. That basically means that there are changes that happen and the file hasn't been saved. Okay, so way to do that is I have two save icons up above the ribbon. I also have in the application manager those same two save icons. So you got save and save as. And of course you can always use the keyboard shortcuts for saving. And that's going to be Q save and save as, right? So Q save and save as. So Q save is going to give you the save command. Save as, if you type that in, will give you the save as command. So preferably people are already used to using the icons, so we will use save. So saving this file for the first time, my pop-up window comes up and it's going to take you to probably the last folder that you are in, which is probably the templates folder. So what you need to do first is find a place, go to your desktop or go to your documents and create a folder that says AutoCAD files. So if you're in your documents and you create a fresh folder or your desktop, all you have to do is go up to the top right corner, this little folder with a plus sign, and click on that, and it'll give you a new folder. You can say this is your AutoCAD files. Since I already have one, whoops, go back to save. Since I already have one, I'm just going to use the one that I have. And the thing to note is when you're saving, you have, again, the choice of files of type. So it says AutoCAD 2018, and that might throw you for a loop since we're using a more modern version. So it doesn't really matter if you're using 2018, 2019, 2020, possibly even 2021. Those versions of AutoCAD all use the 2018 file extension. All right, if I drop this down, if anyone is working on an older version of AutoCAD that you need to send your working file to, you can save it down to the 2013 version. So if they're working on 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17 AutoCAD versions, then you probably want to save it down to the 2013 version of the AutoCAD drawing file. There's also possibilities to save it as a template file, which can be done. And then you also have a DXF file. So the DXF files are great for uses with other types of programs, especially for manufacturing. The DXF file is a little bit more bare bones that will speak to other programs. So if someone is asking you for a DXF file, you can always save it to a DXF file, and you have the same issue with being able to save down to older versions. All right, so basically, otherwise, you want to save to the 2018 version or the latest version, and I'm going to call this test working file, and I'm going to hit save. So now that I've hit save, you can see the tab changes to the name that I specified. Also up top, the title bar now has the file path, and I can see that it's a DWG, or a drawing file. So this is now my working file. And if I make any changes to it, just draw a line and hit escape, you'll notice that now that asterisk kind of comes back. Okay, so I have two choices. I can save this file, or I can wait about 10 minutes and it'll automatically save. So if I just hit save, it'll save that particular file, and that asterisk then goes away. If I wanted to save as, let's say I needed to rename this, right? Or save it as a different file type. Someone asked me, can you make this a DXF file, or it just needs a new name? So I can go to save as. And if I go to save as, that same pop-up window comes up. And I'm going to say that it's not a test working file, but it is a working file. And I'm just going to hit save. So now the name changes to working file. Up in my title bar, it says also that it's a working file. If I open up my browser, my Windows browser, and I go to my desktop, right? And let's see, there's my AutoCAD files folder. And I look at this. So I've got a couple of different things going on here. Originally, we had the test working file, right? So that was a saved file. It's in there. And I can see a little preview of my drawing. And I have this secondary file, testworkingfile.bak. This BAK is a backup file, right? So if something were to go corrupt or wrong with my original file, I can change the file extension of this .bak to a DWG and open it up that way, and I can save my file. Because I have this working file is now currently open, right? It's in my tabs, list of tabs. I've got working file DWL and DWL2. So this is going to have like a slight running list of the last changes that were made to keep this up to date. All right, so just wanted to show you that. That's basically how you save files.